What is up, guys? Kevin Cage back with another XRP update. Let's dive right into this video, and as always, links are in the video description. First things first, I wanted to thank Mbiagi for tagging me and sharing this with me on Twitter. We can see the official press release right here from SBI VC Trade in terms of lending XRP. All good and great, and of course, SBI, just to repeat for any newcomers, SBI is one of the biggest shareholders based out of Japan for not only Ripple the company, but also R3, a huge consortium, the Lehman Brothers, the Wall Street boys that I believe will bring DLT to Wall Street in terms of capital markets and trade finance. That is the big money. Now, of course, Ripple is solving a legitimate use case with XRP, focusing on international payments and focusing on the illiquid remittance corridors. That is very important, and I think that is just going to be one of many stepping stones towards the future success of XRP as a whole. All right. So, right here, notice of start of handling, and this was translated from Japanese, handling XRP in the cryptocurrency lending service VC Trade Lending. You can see the details of the XRP service, the usage fees, the lending period of 84 days, and the minimum and maximum lending quantities. So 1,000 XRP and max is 100,000 XRP. We'll keep a close eye on this. And remember, if I haven't said already, RippleNet, the actual, network and software of Ripple, the company with all of their, hundreds of participants, they already have another lending service that they're looking to scale as well in its LOC line of credit, letting these institutions, these SMEs, small and medium enterprises that normally don't have the funds on hand to buy XRP specifically on credit and use that to scale accordingly. So I'm looking at all of these firms, I'm looking at these small quick players, I'm looking at testimonials across the board, such as BTech, if you've read about them, or even Siam Commercial Bank, SCB, one of the biggest banks based out of Thailand. I think we'll mention them in this video as well. Just be sure to stick around. All right. So across the board, just like in the 2017 and 2018 bull run that we saw when the altcoins finally popped off after Bitcoin surpassed all-time high, we saw ADA go to $1.30, XLM go to 90 cents plus, and XRP from 20 cents all the way to $3.84 or $3 plus within a matter of 3 or 4 weeks, from the end of December to, of course, well into January 2018. Now we can see the Google Trends, of course, are growing. We see buy crypto is being searched more than ever before. Right here you can see how high it is. It's even higher than we saw in the previous bull run, the massive bull run that we all know and love. Now we can see the same concept. Best crypto app. New people are flooding into this market. They're curious. They may not know, or they may have heard of Bitcoin thinking it's, just some internet Chinese money, or who knows, whatever people think. That's kind of what I thought when I first heard of it. But the best crypto exchange, they're doing research and they're trying to understand. And little do they know, this asset class will swallow all other asset classes. They'll go from speculators and thinking that, this is just kind of gambling right now, which virtually it is in a lot of these assets because it's so speculative. But when utility starts driving this market, these prices become sustainable. There's more liquidity in this ecosystem, and adoption really starts going, as we saw per even Amazon's commentary recently. It's going to be an entirely different landscape. And to my point regarding the SBI VC trade right here, I just want to say, I think when all is said and done for XRP, the digital asset, not just the company Ripple, I'm talking about XRP, the digital asset. I believe that in terms of the XRP ecosystem, we're going to be so grateful for everything that countries like Japan have done for the development of them. And I want to show you some very interesting articles that came out recently related to this as well, with MoneyGram and a few other major banks that are also RippleNet that you may have heard of. All right. So, best crypto exchange. People are curious, they're going to be learning. And remember, sharpening your sword, watching videos, doing research, learning to trade, just learning what this technology is and even can do for the future is very important while you're waiting. All right, water your seeds, keep, taking profit. There's nothing wrong with that. Diversifying, whatever you have to do, and just keep planting those seeds and working on getting those better and better returns. We can see Bitcoin right here, search trends, we're getting there. Ethereum, same thing. And I mean, Ethereum just skyrocketed past all-time high. We have buy crypto. Where's the buy XRP? This is just another tweet I saw, but just sharing. And of course, this was actually on the Cointelegraph website. Now, interestingly enough, we did see this announcement. So Uphold, guys, keep in mind, this is one of the places where you can still buy XRP in the United States. Uphold.com right there. Links are in the video description as well, to launch crypto cards in Europe with new acquisitions. So I just want to read this really quick. This is awesome. So Uphold, an American digital wallet and trading platform, has acquired European card issuer Optimus Cards UK Limited to launch a crypto-enabled card on the continent. According to a February 2nd announcement, Uphold is planning to roll out its crypto-powered debit card in Europe starting in April, so just a few months away. Uphold CEO JP said that the launch in Europe follows a successful rollout in the US. As we know, I remember, a few months back, everybody was submitting to get their debit cards from Uphold. I still know there's a massive waiting list as well. We know Binance US, Bitstamp, Coinbase, a lot of, organizations are offering this as well. But I think that the XRP community specifically now just appreciates Uphold refusing to delist XRP. I'm curious with the other exchanges. I'm not going to name any, but I'm curious why they specifically not delisted, but just halted trading for XRP. Was it behind the scenes? Maybe the major liquidity providers that are behind those exchanges is just shadows behind the scenes, kind of working the system, manipulating things. Is this, all part of the plan, or am I just over speculating? Thoughts, and just kind of curious about that. So would love to hear your guys' thoughts down below in the comments as well. So from April, we plan to start rolling out the world's first multi-asset crypto-enabled debit card on the Optimus platform in Europe. The card has already proven a hit for our US customers, offering a unique combination of utility, convenience, and crypto-backed rewards. Right here, per his quote, the CEO of Uphold, very soon our European customers will be able to receive part or all of their salary in Bitcoin or any asset of their choice. XRP, and spend it using Uphold cards issued through Optimus. That is phenomenal. Just like we saw with, Sequoia Capital, a huge firm. They're actually allowing their employees to actually get part of their 401k in cryptocurrency. Now, this isn't just something that's going to make crypto moon overnight, but this is showing, again, lowering the barriers to entry. And the coolest thing about this is it's not just Bitcoin anymore. We're so used to that. It literally says any asset of their choice. So instead of maybe just crypto, someday it's going to be tokenized equities or tokenized real estate or even metals. I just love that. And it's really going to essentially change the game entirely of what is value. And tokenization is just one component of it. And we're going to go over a few examples. If you're new, I think this will break it down really easily. All right. So also right here, I just wanted to share this on Twitter. I'm not using this exchange, Bitstamp, until XRP is available again. I have plenty of other options as well, but just kind of saw this as well. I got this email. We're excited to announce that you can now buy crypto at Bitstamp instantly and securely with your credit and debit cards. Yawn. There's very limited options. Liquidity might be good in certain assets, but that's not what I'm looking for. I'd much rather support ecosystems such as Uphold for the initiatives and listening to their customers. I see the CEO on Twitter actively troubleshooting and helping people with support tickets. That's something I can get behind. Right here, James Rule XRP, guys, definite follow in the XRP community. So we can see a framework and regulation to maintain the US status as an innovation leader. January 2021 just came out, this PDF. There's 2 quotes on read for you, and I think it's really good to understand. Right here. Far too frequently, regulators have approached the digital asset space by applying laws that were not designed to apply to digital assets. I'm talking the 70-year-old or 80-year-old Howey test to determine if something's a security. Kind of silly now. And of course, maybe they'll make new frameworks, and I'd imagine they better do it. And I know they're working on it now, or at least I'd hope so in the US. The underlying blockchain technology or the kind of decentralized transactions that digital assets facilitate. So there's the technology side, there's the transaction side, there's the specific type of tokenized value of what that asset is, where it's deriving its value because it's a derivative like product. Very, very, it's just a lot. It's not so simple. So I know I'm preaching here saying, oh, if only regulators would just regulate. But I know it's not that simple, guys. I know things take time. Right here, digital asset overview. The term digital asset generally refers to an asset issued or transferred using distributed ledger technology, such as blockchain. Blockchain is just one little subset of what DLT is as a whole, just so you know, rather than in physical or tangible form. Of course, it's a digital representation. Whether it's, a crypto asset or digital asset like XRP, or maybe a tokenized share of a company of Amazon. And keep in mind, it can be fractions, blah, 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 tons of benefits. So since the first widespread commercial application of blockchain via Bitcoin back in, 2009 at this point, over a decade ago, digital assets have continued to gain momentum, obviously. Now, speculation plays a role. It's healthy for the market, but utility is going to change this game forever. Digital assets have begun to revolutionize the goods and the services individuals have access to and the way businesses and consumers transact with one another. Disintermediation, getting rid of the middlemen for good. Now, there's still going to be middlemen. Intermediaries are still needed to facilitate a lot of things today, but it's going to really, really disrupt the existing structure because middlemen were a thing that kind of came to be during medieval times, and they were absolutely needed, just like the rise of banking, if you guys are familiar with that. But some technology that reduces that need, that reduces JP Morgan or these tier one banks to be in the middle of things is a very, very real threat to all the fees and profits they make in the transaction banking world. So if you guys think Ripple's the bad guy, who knows? All the world's a stage, but at the end of the day, Ripple is threatening the big dogs, and it's actually helping people that need it most. The average remittance payment, whether it's Mexico, in the UAE, or the Philippines, that's roughly 7% for families to send money to their loved ones. With Ripple, we can get it down substantially, but these behemoths, the Western Union, all these MSBs, these MTOs, they do not want that quite yet because they've been profiting off this for decades. This whole system's been going for 50 years and they haven't changed it, and now we've had the internet, so they have not updated this whatsoever. So I'm going to keep screaming this from the rooftops because I think it's pretty evident. Yes, I know it's awesome to see XRP. Last time I checked, we were at 46 cents just like a few minutes ago, and that was still, even on CoinMarketCap, on the 7 day, that's up 70% during this lawsuit. Now, of course, we all have our theories. You can, look back in the rear view mirror and say that these fundamentals justified why this price did that. To each their own, but I just wanted to share that. Right here as well, Ripple on the engineering page, the Ripple Data engineering team is constantly expanding. You guys can read more about that if you are tech inclined. And then this is the really good stuff, and we're going to call it a day. Wrath Kahneman, guys. W and then Kahneman. I'm not even going to try to spell that. Now, please follow him if you are not already. So first and most proximate for XRP fans, supporters, investors, you, me, etc., SBI Remit is now available at 5 banks. SBI Remit, based out of Japan, uses Ripple the company with partners like SCB, which we talked about, Siam Commercial Bank, one of the largest commercial banks out of Thailand, in their currency, the Thai bahts. You can go to Utility Scan and see that they're working on those corridors as well. Southeast Asia is innovating, and I believe XRP is going to be very, very successful there per all these regulators already on top of things. So, your guess is as good as mine with the United States and all of this and, the narratives at play. I have my own theories that I'll keep to myself, but I'm excited for the future. So they're endeavoring to secure dominance in international remittance utilizing the distributed ledger technology of Ripple. And that's literally a quote. Sounds good. So we can go right here. He has the source below. I did retweet this just so you know. We can see right here. So here's the quote. You can control find for Ripple. It's just, a 160-page document right here, utilizing the DLT of US Ripple. You can read more about it. You can see the remittances, the market share, all of the growth. And we're going to go back to this slide. SBI liquidity markets. Right here, interbank, between bank, 31 major financial institutions in Japan and overseas. Barclays, that's RippleNet. Deutsche, one of the banks that is categorized as too big to fail and systemically important as well. We also have Citi, don't even get me started on them, you guys are familiar with them. Mizuho, another major bank, and you may have heard of them, Sumitomo Mitsui, another massive bank. These are all huge industry players. We've already heard Kitao, not my stupid theories and opinions. We heard Kitao, CEO of SBI, talk about XRP in the plans for the future. So of course, MoneyTap, yeah, domestic, X-current type capabilities and messaging and all that. Yes, but the greater, most innovative thing that will come out of this that will actually reduce fees and change the game is the settlement aspect. Settling with finality in a matter of seconds or even minutes rather than 2 to 5 days. I cannot emphasize this enough. I think the people watching these videos now are doing research or buying and holding XRP or the people that are smart enough to just buy it and set and forget compared to me being, obsessed with this stuff and looking at it daily. I think that it's going to be very well worth the reward. All right, let me see if there's anything else I want to cover, guys. I encourage you to go through this article as well. It's shared by Wrath Kahneman. You can also, I'm sure, find it, on sbigroup.co.jp as well. You can translate it. This is the English version, obviously. But liquidity is a huge focus. I know people are excited for a lot of these assets that are actually going to be going live soon, like QNT in 2021. And yes, that's about interoperability, bridging, the legacy systems with these new systems. But I'm telling you, I'm not threatened by other assets. I hold a lot of assets. I hold probably, right now, probably 30 different alts. And I really should rebalance my portfolio. But at the end of the day, I don't want to, give one up because I really like all these use cases. It might be very, very diversified. And we know the famous quotes of investors and billionaires saying diversification is for those that don't know what they're doing. And I agree with that sentiment. I get made fun of daily because XRP is one of my biggest holdings and biggest bags. And the funny thing is, you do not know how quickly XRP can take off, or any other digital asset, and this landscape could change in the matter of a second. And we know that. We've been there. And I am not departing with my XRP, or parting with my XRP and going to leave right now when it is just beyond interesting. If we go lower, I'll be able to buy more bang for my buck. If we take off, I cannot take the chance that when we finally take off, this is it. So I'm not going to be trying to swing trade my XRP, at least my long-term holdings. I play with my short-term and trading bags all the time, but I am not willing to touch the holdings that I've locked away in cold storage for the years ahead. I think it's almost time to buckle up, guys. I am excited. Be sure to like this video, share it around, and I will catch you in the next one.